everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. And even though I have the Tarot of the Abyss on the tarot table today, we are having a bit of a light-hearted moment. The energy was quite negative yesterday, so I'm having a little break, some R&R for myself as an energy reader. Going to have some fun today, and the first thing I'm going to look at is the concept of markeling, and that's because at least 3 brands, people, performers, whatever, who are very close to Meghan, who thought that being adjacent to Meghan would boost sales and whatever, have actually found that it's gone the opposite way. They have been markled. Now, if you Google the word markled, you'll find that there's a very hard push to make it mean something that it doesn't mean, to make it mean leaving a toxic situation and going towards better times. But that's not how we here in the real world view the word markled. Markling means cozying up to the two in Montecito, and particularly Madame in Montecito, and then finding you have to pay a terrible price later on. You lose your job, you are wrapped over the knuckles like Loro Piana has been, the Italian fashion brand. Meghan does love to wear their cashmere, and now they have been caught out for labor exploitation. Stephen Colbert has had his show cancelled. He, of course, very famously had very nasty things to say about the Princess of Wales when she disappeared at the beginning of 2024. Then he came out with a half-baked apology, very pro Harry, and Meghan interviewed Harry, in fact, about his book Spare. His show's been cancelled, and apparently viewing figures fell through the floor after that hateful stuff that he had to say about the Princess of Wales. There's a good example of a markling, Loro Piana as well. And then the other one that had high hopes when they associated with Meghan Markle is the show Gypsy, Audra McDonald. Meghan famously flew out to New York to attend the show. She went backstage, and they thought that this was going to guarantee an extended run. This is a Neil Sean story. Not so much. They've in fact been cancelled early. And according to Neil Sean, Mr. Allegedly, ticket sales plunged precipitously after Meghan's appearance. So does she cast something of a shadow over those she associates with? It's a rather interesting question, a kind of a metaphysical question, really. So we're going to ask if markling is a thing, and are people worried about it, and how does Meghan feel? As I say, they are trying very hard to make it mean something else and to try and turn it into a positive expression, but good luck with that. And what lesson, what message is there from the universe about all of this? What does the universe want us to take away from this situation? Little 5-card reading. As I say, keeping it as light as possible. Today, one more shuffle. And okay, Page of Cups showing itself, which is a kind of it's a dark tarot, obviously. Please love me, kind of a message. I'm really not that bad. As the storm's raging around the little Page of Cups there, hoping the ship doesn't go down. Okay, remember, tarot, and for fun and entertainment, and all just my opinion and speculation and just energy reading, and disclaimer in the box below. Let's have a look at this markling thing that people have been noticing recently. We've got the Empress, and the Empress is anything but markling. The Empress is about abundance and creativity and wealth and value and being adored and desired and beautiful and all those wonderful things of a Venus, basically. And so it presents as this archetypal woman, the divine feminine in the Empress. That would be Meghan, and that would be how she presents, and that would be how some of these people at least expect their relationship with her to go, because it's about abundance. It's about expanding and growing your wealth, your virtue, your product, your whatever. There it is, the Empress. That's her. A bit of Diana too in there, but we don't need to rest in that energy at all today. Hopefully. All right. So that's what we're dealing with, underlying energy situation with this markling that is coming from this Empress. We've got the Seven of Cups. And this is the Delulu energy, the Seven of Cups, that people have very high expectations of their association with this Empress. They might not see things clearly. They might believe their own narrative. They might believe her own narrative. They might think that there's a whole world of possibilities out there if they associate with this Empress. But they are being, at some level, deceived, whether it's their own view of the situation that is not realistic, or what they're being told isn't realistic. But there is an energy of really being quite deceived. That's the word that keeps coming to me. And I don't mean a genuine sort of fraudulent behavior. I don't mean it like that. I mean believing something that is not true, not seeing the reality of a situation. And there is an energy of greed in there, because in the Seven of Cups, the traditional tarot, not the tarot of the abyss, there's jewels and there's castles and there's treasures to be had, but there's also serpents and ghosts and scary things to be had as well if you associate with the Empress. So, markling, is it a thing? Just asking the question. What does the universe want to tell us about markling? We got the Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Wands is a story that is spreading. It's a message that's going out. It's interesting because it is about communication, and it's about back and forth, and it's about accelerating and breaking through something. So however much they try to turn this narrative around and spin it and portray it as something positive, the word markled or markling, it's gaining momentum as these things happen. And as I say, people are now collecting these moments, these negative moments. Anyone associated with Megan who has some kind of a setback or is exposed for something toxic, negative, whatever, finds that the message gets spread, they get added to the collection. So there's two things going on in that Eight of Wands. There's the messaging coming from Megan's camp that markling means something quite opposite, and then there is a message that's coming from social media and from people observing stuff, and it's gaining momentum. It's going to get worse. It's not a terrible card. There's nothing on this table so far that's terrible. As I said, trying to keep it light today, and the energy is complying. It felt like a bit of a frivolous day for some reason. Mercifully, after the kinds of days that have been around on this planet recently. Anyway, let's ask if brands or people or entertainers or friends or podcasters or whoever are a little bit nervous now of being markled. Gwyneth Paltrow, for instance, apparently backed right off after the pie eating contest in her kitchen. Are they worried? That's the Hierophant, the wise one. And what the Hierophant tells me, even though you might think it's a bit of a stretch, not really. It's the Hierophant card, it's the royal family card. It tells me that people, if they have a choice in the matter, they're going to side with the royal family, very simply. They're not going to risk siding with Harry and Meghan at this point, because it does seem to bring a certain level of disaster with it, that toxic association. So they're going to stick with the royal family, the Hierophant, the ones who have high status, the firm, the institution, as Harry and Meghan like to call it. That's all Hierophant energy, at very high status, top of the pile, basically, the royal family. It's a lesson learned as well with the Hierophant, the wise one. It's the teacher of the tarot. So maybe people are watching and thinking, that one over there got burned. we're going to be a little bit more careful. We might just learn some lessons. We might be a bit more wise about who we associate with, how we manage our connections with Harry and Meghan versus the royals. Again, a very positive card, but underneath it is this energy of watching, observing, noting, not wanting to be caught out like others maybe have been caught out. Meghan's feelings about all of this. She's been very quiet recently. She's been so busy and so noisy the first half of this year. How does she feel about this, the true meaning of markling, and the fact that these at least 3 people have been markled now, the sun? She's going to go all out to turn this into a positive thing. She believes her own narrative. We know that. We've heard that 1,000 times. The sun, powerful, very positive. It's attention. It's a light shining on something. She actually doesn't mind snoring in the background. Sorry, I'm sure you can hear it. She doesn't mind because it's press. It's PR. There's the 8 of Wands. It's the ultimate positive card. She doesn't mind it. If people say, oh, you know, that show that Meghan went to in New York, now it's being closed down, closed early. She doesn't care, because it's her name in the press or on social media or whatever. Her need for attention is so great. She needs to be the center of the solar system as the sun is. She just really needs to be that. But it's also this energy of a counter narrative, which I got from the 8 of Wands as well, that she's going to spin this. She's going to keep pumping out messaging. AI has been turned, and AI now believes that this is what markling means. Google, as I say, when you search, it tells you that this is what markling means, and not what I believe markling means, and most people, in my opinion, believe markling means. So she's going to fight this. She's going to resist it. She thinks she's all powerful and she can decree what it means, and people will believe it. So she's not broken by this at all. Interesting. So how about a message, a lesson a takeaway, something that we should pay attention to for us mere mortals who aren't the sun or the wise one or the empress or any of those majestic and magnificent cards that have shown up on this table. Of course, that's Meghan, that's Madame. Anything for us mere mortals to learn. 6 of Cups. And the 6 of Cups, it made me quite emotional. It's cling on to those people who were with you when you weren't the empress, when you weren't the sun, when you weren't the wise one or the hierophant or the royal family. Stay close to those people and those situations from your past, those precious connections, those memories, those people that you hold them dear. Those people. Don't discard them. Don't treat them like rubbish. Those are the real people. Those are the genuine people. I think it's a very profound message. It's certainly resonating for me in life situations that are going on at the moment in my little world. Maybe it will resonate for you as well. I don't think that Madame is capable of appreciating that message. That is my opinion. That is the reading. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.